Okay, MegaWhale team, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a technical analysis for Wanchain. I've had a few requests to do a video on Wanchain, a quick update on Wanchain, and I've been waiting for a right time. I think our last video we did on Wanchain it would have been early January, so about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was around 60 cents, and we're telling you guys that there was a very low chance that we would break upwards. We were either going to push sideways or crash down to that 40 cents range. And we have seen that. In fact, we saw a crash down to 37 cents. But we just found a new thing on the chart, a new support line, a hidden support line that we actually just recently found maybe like 20 minutes ago. So I thought I might jump on and do a video, update you guys. And this could be actually a potential bottom for Wanchain. I would say if we go any lower than this, I'd be very concerned for the coin. I actually do not think it would recover. I think it would die off completely. As we've seen many other coins do from that 2018 crash, we saw a lot of altcoins just never fully recover. Of course, Wanchain never really fully recovered, but it recovered a little bit. It didn't completely die off, but I feel like if we drop below this line, we're back in full-blown, bottom territory. The prices will be back at all-time lows. We'll probably even crash lower. So it's got alerts going off. Which one's this? Rose. Cool. All right. Getting back to the video, we do have this trend line here. Now, first and foremost, this trend line is a very significant trend line. When we initially broke that trend line, we actually shot up. That was the initial shoot. That breakout was an initial shoot that shot us all the way up to $2.64. Right, that initial trend line here. We found a lot of resistance on that trend line. Essentially, this entire period of time between 2019 and 2020, beginning of 2021. First and foremost, we had a rejection. We've got heaps of alerts going off now. We've got a rejection over here. We got a rejection over here in August 2019. We had a fake breakout, so a little fake out in September, and then a hell of a lot of rejections and resistance before that initial breakout. We had that push upwards. We had that scam wick, which pushed us back below, but we actually closed above it. When we closed above this trend line, that is what propelled us upwards to $2.84. And I did a technical analysis on this a long time ago, guys. Let me try find it for you guys. This was a long time ago. This would have been, let me search I don't use TradingView often anymore. All my alerts are going off, so sorry about this, guys. Sorry about the noise. Just got a bunch of alerts set, they're all popping off at the same time. I don't usually use TradingView too much, so I only really use it to charts and share stuff with you guys, but I don't post on here anymore. I used to post a fair bit on TradingView, so of course, if you want to follow me there, go ahead, but honestly, there's not really that much point because I don't use it much anymore. But all I wanted to show you was this post here, and I made this post. This was, where was this? The 6th of February. We had that same trend line we see here that we're talking about. If I bring up the Wanchain chart again, where are we? Here it is. We'll see that exact same trend line here in these two charts. Now, I expected a break upwards and a push high, and of course, when we broke that trend line, we saw that exact move. We saw a push upwards, a retest, push up, retest, and a push basically to exactly where I predicted, which was $2.68. Which was it was super accurate prediction, but that's how significant these support and resistance zones can be, and how significant these trend lines can be when they actually do break. And of course, for this instance, we had a very explosive move upwards, and I'm expecting something possibly similar for Wanchain if this actually does hold. I do have that trigger point. Remember, guys, we have that trigger point at 49 cents, so 50 cents. If we are able to get above 50 cents, personally for me, that would be when I'd be looking to enter. I don't think I'd be buying here. It doesn't suit my risk tolerance at the moment. If we take a look, it's a 16%, 15% invalidation. That is a little too high for me. I don't really like to take trades that are more than about 5% potential loss. In saying that, if you want to put 1/3 of what you would initially put into a normal trade into a trade like this to account for that 3 times greater potential loss, you can do so. But I'd be waiting for that 50-cent mark. But what I'm trying to say in this video, guys, if we are going to bottom out for Wanchain, I would think we'd be bottoming out along this trend line, or maybe we'd be having a scam wick below it. So keep an eye on this trend line. We do have very, very oversold on RSI. We are breaking above 30, which is a great indicator that we're probably going to push higher again. The last time we went under and broke above 30, we did see an eventual rally begin and push upwards. We could see a similar thing happen here and push upwards. Of course, that 50-cent trigger being that entry point. As for technicals, if we're looking at MACD and we're looking at momentum, we don't really have any buy signals yet, especially on the 1-day chart. It very much still looks like we are pushing sideways. Selling pressure has been dying off in the last few days, but it's not significant. It's not enough. We have had a little bit of green, but that's only was Bitcoin is only recovering. Volume still very, very low, incredibly low. We'd like to see a nice big volume spike for a potential entry. If we look at our Ichimoku cloud, which will tell us our overall momentum if we have an entry signal, we can see on the 1-day chart, we are not even close to this conversion line. Our lagging span is far, far underneath the clouds. Very, very different scenario to where we were at this period of time over here when we broke upwards. The Ichimoku cloud was green, we were over Ichimoku clouds, and that conversion line was nice and tight below us. So very, very different scenario. So I'm definitely not expecting an explosive move upwards. It does look like we have more potential room for consolidation. Now, when I say consolidation, it doesn't mean we can't move up like 10-15% and then come back down. Consolidation in this range is between this trend line, which is 36 cents, and this 50-cent trigger zone, which is a 35% gap. So we can definitely swing between these points until we make a definitive decision whether we're going to break upwards and continue or downwards and continue. But just to keep you guys in a loop, 2 points we're looking at now is that trend line, that 36 cent zone, obviously diagonally traveling down at a slight decline, so that the price is going to change very slightly over time. It's going to reduce, and then that flat rate, that horizontal 50-cent range, which is going to be our trigger point and our psychological and major resistance. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Just a quick update. It wasn't really giving you guys entry points or anything. It was just a quick update to keep you guys in the loop of what's happening, but I've had a few requests to cover Wanchain again, talk about the recent price action. So here it is. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.